Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to the podcast, and starting it off a little bit later than I expected. I was gunning for 12 noon, but I forgot today was a short day for my kids in school, and then I picked them up from the bus stop, and they all go to different schools now because I got one in middle school, one in high school, and two in elementary. So it's a lot of chauffeuring around. But welcome in. Thank you guys for joining in. Those that are part of the replay crew, hopefully you guys saw my message in the replay chat telling y'all to skip to 1:30. That's when I actually jump in. And we're going to be talking about the Pixel 8, more excitement about that. Also a launch date for the Pixel 8, or when the event is going to happen. We'll get into that. We're going to talk a little bit too about Pokemon Go and how it helps somebody like me who's a type 2 diabetic. I'm going to kind of go over that, like a healthy tech type of discussion. And also I'll link my Pokemon Go adventure channel in the chat, as well as the description, for those people that want to just see what I do on Pokemon Go and how me and my brother are like avid players and get some insight to the game itself. I'll be doing podcasts talking about the game, so I'll put that in the description later so you guys can follow that channel. And then, of course, Android 14 updates, right? Like, what are we expecting? How are we expecting this to kind of just build upon when it releases out? All that goodness. And a little bit of just, some tech talk discussions, wherever else comes to mind. So if you're joining in, don't forget to smash the like button, because that really, really, really helps out the channel, helps people discover the channel. It's getting me back on point, now that I'm going to be doing these podcasts again with no constraints and no bounds wrapped around me. That was one of the things that I just don't like doing. I always feel like when I have, restraints on me, when I feel bounded by something, and I can't just free for all talk, it just feels like that it's not a natural type of thing to go live. So we are live. We are live talking about tech. Welcome in. If you guys want to join the dedicated Pixel channel, I'll also link that in the description later. I should have these things pre-linked before the live stream starts, but nonetheless, I didn't do that. So anyways, so the first part, basically, I'm going to talk about Pokemon Go and just how it helps someone like me who's type 2 diabetic. If you're here for the Pixel 8 on the replay stuff, I'll put it in the description later. I'll edit the description and tell you guys exactly what time point or timestamp where I start talking about the Pixel 8, if that's what you just are concerned with only. I'll try to divide it up so you guys know where these certain subjects start. So we're talking Pokemon Go, we'll talk Android 14, we'll finish it off with the Pixel 8 excitement. So that'll come later on. Now, again, if you guys want to show your support, if you guys don't want YouTube to take it, right there, use that QR code right there if you guys want to, or like up there in the corner. And that all donations go to the PayPal account. And that's, for the channel itself. That's for whatever, if I grab something to unbox for you guys, maybe like I'll get something and then eventually do a giveaway on it. Those types of things. If you solely want to do that, that's totally up to you. But yeah. Okay. So Pokemon Go, it's an awesome game. I enjoy playing it. I know some people like it, some people don't. That's entirely up to you whether you want to play the game or not. But for someone like me, I love playing the game, and it kind of works both ways for me because I am type 2 diabetic. So, but for someone who's going to ask me what's my A1C levels, it's at 12. That's pretty high. I think your A1C levels, I think the safe would be like 3 or 4. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm at 12. That's pretty high. And being type 2 diabetic means that I'm open to all kinds of sicknesses and illnesses, right? I'm more open to heart disease, which, I have been feeling a lot of issues with my heart, and I've been to the emergency room several times because of that. And trust me, when you go to the hospital and you tell them that your heart is hurting, you have heart pain and all this other stuff, you go through a lengthy amount of tests. I mean, I literally spent 13 hours in the emergency room and had gone through 9 different blood draws, and they draw blood from both my arms, right? And then, some more vigorous testing, being hooked up to an EKG monitor and then monitoring it and then putting me back on it to just see where my heart levels are at. And so I have these medical conditions, and obviously, shoulda, coulda, woulda doesn't fix the problem. So I have to try to find ways of living a more healthier life, because I want to be around for my children, and when they have kids, so I can be around for my grandchildren, and at least have my grandchildren meet me before I go. And I'm always looking for alternatives that kind of help. Now, one thing that because trying to have a complete healthy lifestyle as a type 2 diabetic is extremely hard. If I attend a friend's party, it's not like that I can pick the type of food that's being served, the type of beverages that's being served. Like, I can avoid soda, because at least people are thoughtful enough to include non-carbonated drinks at a party or at a family get-together or anything like that. There's always going to be some non-carbonated options, like like lemon tea, lemonade, fruit punch, water. Those types of things are you can expect to see those at family gatherings. And so try to but like with the food options, people don't conform completely just because one member of the family is diabetic. Everybody doesn't conform to eating a certain way. And so technically, if I go to like a family reunion, if I go to the family for Thanksgiving, if I go to a friend's party, if I go out for an event, like, friends get together and have a dinner at a restaurant, some restaurants aren't very diabetic friendly. And, when I go to these things, I'm going to have what's called a cheat day, because I'm not going to sit there and not eat. I'm hungry. Everybody else is hungry, but because there's no options that's really good for me, I'm not going to sit there and not eat and make everybody else feel bad. The last thing you want to do is to make people feel uncomfortable because of, personal issues that you have, right? And so, there's things that, that can be done, like, fasting. Fasting is one of my methods. So like, if I do eat out, then there's days of fasting that I do to cleanse myself out of it. Of course, shout out to my wife. She tends to give me a lot of foot rubs and leg rubs, just, to make sure that blood is circulating to my leg, because that is a concern for type 2 diabetics that we got to worry about. And it also helps. It does stimulate blood circulation, but it also moves a lot of that lactic acid. So it's good. Now, if you may think that you have a clot in your leg, then you shouldn't massage it, because you could be moving that clot around. Last place you want it to end up is in your brain. That is a stroke. So like, I have all these medical concerns that I have to worry about. So, one of the things that you can gratefully do for yourself is walk. Walking is something that's, very good, especially for a type 2 diabetic, to get out there and walk for an hour. You do that, it does kind of help, right? Like, you can get into the gym and exercise. You can run on a treadmill. You can try to tone up your body and strength train with, a little bit of weightlifting, but, certain ways that you're not trying to bulk up and build muscle mass to a huge extent, but you're trying to build up strength and everything. Like, you could do those things, and, you can walk. But, I've met some diabetics that are like me, that, they're type 2 diabetic, and they go to the gym. And when they go to the gym, and they literally like just walk on a treadmill. Like, they don't run, they don't do anything major like that. They just walk on a treadmill. And I'm like, why are you gonna walk just sitting in one place? So the game Pokemon Go, while it seems dorky to some people, yes, you're out there, you're catching Pokemon, but there's a lot of aspects to the game that makes it fun and adventurous for you. And there's a little bit of something for everybody, right? Like, you can walk around and discover new Pokemon and catch them. Of course, you gotta, fill up your Pokédex and stuff like that. So, those are those things that you tend to just kind of like look into. But it also has things like, you have gym battles where you can go to gyms that's located on your map. You find a gym, you walk towards it, you enter the gym in the game, and you can battle like whoever runs that gym. Like, if it's, Team Valor, Team Instinct, or Team Mystique, whichever one of the teams, you'll know because of the color of the gym. If they are opposite of your team and they have Pokemon guarding the gym, then you can battle their Pokemon to knock out their Pokemon and take over the gym. And when you take over the gym, you leave a Pokemon of yours there to guard the gym. And however long your Pokemon stays in there, you earn Pokecoins that you can use to buy items from the Poke Store. So you have those options. You also have PvP battles, right? There are people that are like deeply rooted in the PvP. So all they do is they look for the best IVs and Pokemon that match up to how they want to play the game, and they battle other trainers across the world. Simply just getting on there, look at the draw of who you get to battle you, and it's your 3 Pokemon versus their 3 Pokemon, and you try to build up your rank as you battle other players. And then you can also battle your friends. Specifically, if you're nearby each other, you guys can engage in a PvP that is between you and a fellow friend trainer. So there's a lot of things that you could do in Pokemon Go. Like for me, when people ask me like, how do I play the game? I am a shiny hunter. So like my main prime focus is to hunt for the shiny versions of the Pokemon in the game. And I am trying to build out that Pokédex to say that I've caught every version of Pokemon shiny form. That's me. So there's a long ways to go for me. Just like there are those people that are Hondo hunters, and those are the ones that are looking for 100% IV Pokemon, and that's all that they keep. If it's less than 100% IVs, they toss the Pokemon. Like they'll catch it just to have it caught in the Pokédex, and then they'll transfer it or they'll use it in trade. But they try to have their Pokemon collection of 100% IV Pokemon. And your Pokédex and your Poké Storage are 2 different things. So if it's a Pokemon you don't want to keep, you don't have to keep it to prove that you caught it. You can literally just either toss it or trade it to somebody, but your Pokédex will show you. So let me mute the microphone on, well, the speaker on this. I'll launch my game and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So let me close the chat real quick so that makes it bigger. I'm waiting for my game to load. But yeah, so like the world is like, it's a little virtual map. Let me lower the brightness on this so that way you guys probably can see it better. But the map looks like that. As you move in real life, your character moves on there. And it looks like Metal Mike 420 and I just became lucky friends. So what this means right now, this just popped up, and it's kind of off topic sharing with you guys. But when you see this, what this means that if I ever met Metal Mike 420, if I ever met him in person and we traded a Pokemon, our Pokemons would be considered lucky Pokemon because we are actually we're lucky friends. So that is that's pretty dope. Anyways, but okay, yeah. So your map kind of looks like that, and then if you hit the Pokeball, it brings up a sub menu, and one of it says Pokédex. And when you go into your Pokédex, you can literally, I'm trying to keep the brightness low, but you can literally see like the Pokemon that you've caught in different regions. Like the Kanto region, I've already caught 151 of those Pokemon. And the cool thing is that at the bottom, you'll see like a little tab and you can switch it up. So even though I can say that in the Kanto region, I've caught every Pokemon from that region, which is 151 Pokemon there, I technically didn't complete my Pokédex because in the shiny form, I still have a ways to go on catching shiny versions of those Kanto region Pokemon. So that's actually pretty cool. And you have like all the different ones. Like you have the Kanto region. They also have the Johto region. And I think the Johto region, I've completed that one too. Yeah, I've completed that as far as the regular Pokemon, but as far as shinies, the Kanto or the Johto, I have not completed. So I haven't completed a region in my mind yet. There's also the Hoenn region. I think I still have some more to go there. Yeah, there's one right there that I need to catch. So there's 4 more Pokemon that I need for the Hoenn region. The Sinnoh region, I still have a slight ways to go on that. I need 4 more. There's 4 more Pokemon I need to catch to complete that one. Unova, I still have quite a bit to finish with that Pokédex. And the Kalos region, I have a way a lot. And the Alola region, there's quite a bit there too. I've completed the Galar region. The Hisui region, I got a ways to go on that. And of course, the unknowns like Melton and stuff like that. So I got a lot of it to go as far as catching the regular Pokemon. Catching shinies is, like I said, I'm a shiny hunter, so that's going to take a little bit of time for me to kind of get to that point to be able to, have all the shiny forms, all the shiny versions of them. That's going to be like the ultimate thing. So you guys can see I'm actually really into the game. I really like playing it. And there's always events every month. There's always a community day. So there's a specific Pokemon that's going to be available for 3 hours, and the shiny rates is like 1 in 25 or 1 in 50. So that means that 1 in every 50 Pokemon that spawn for you in the game, one of them will be a shiny. So your shiny rates go up higher, because I think it's like 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 500 for the normal shiny spawn rates for shiny Pokemon. So there's always a goal in mind, right? You got to be like someone that wants to complete the entire Pokédex. You could be a shiny hunter like me that wants to complete the Pokédex plus all the shiny versions of the Pokemon in the Pokédex. You could be a Hondo hunter, which you're only looking for 100% IVs. The most hardest one are the Shundo hunters. They are looking for the 100% shiny IVs. That is rare, right? Just recently, my wife and I and my brother, we played Pokemon Go Fest 2023, which was a 2-day event. And we tried to play as much as we could because we were also under excessive heat warning. So yeah, you can say that we were stupid. We went out in the hot sun. We walked around. I got a good sweat on, but also was like fastly getting dehydrated from playing the game. And but we did a couple of raids for Rayquaza. My wife ended up getting the Hondo Rayquaza, which was a 2191 was the CP of the Hondo for Rayquaza. So she got the Hondo Rayquaza, and my brother traded me a shiny Rayquaza because he had a couple, and he got another shiny, so he just gave that one to me, so I could add that into my my shiny collection. And then we walked around. I tried to get as much of the new shiny releases, or just the shinies for the Pokemon that were spawning in that event. And of course, they have habitats that are based upon the type of Pokemon it is, right? The very first Go Fest was based on the Kanto region Pokemon and their habitats, right? So you had fire habitat, earth, well, not earth, but like rock, then plant. There was a bug habitat, ghost habitat, psychic habitat, right? Like there's a habitat for like all these Pokemon for like what type of Pokemon they are. Now, if you're going to ask me what type of Pokemon that I like to use as far as player versus player battles, I am a ghost psychic type. So like I call them my army of darkness, because I think I have over 23 or 24 Gengars for battle. And all of them were evolved from Ghastly. So like when we had the Ghastly community day event, where it was 3 hours of Ghastly spawning, and then when you evolve them to Gengar, you get a special move only for that event for your Pokemon. All the ones with the better IV, so like 91% and higher, I saved those ones because of all the candies accumulated in the gameplay. I evolved them all to Gengars. So they're my army of darkness. There's one particular Gengar that I really love to use in battles, and so I've opened him up to have 2 charge attacks as well as his regular attack. And I'm starting to get into talking about the game, but nonetheless, for me being a type 2 diabetic, if I go walking alone, I don't feel alone. You know what I mean? Like if my wife can't come with me because she works, and my brother's working, and it's my free time, and my kids are at school, and I want to go for a walk, I can just literally throw on my sneakers, get my phone, get my power banks if I need them, head out the door, go for a walk around my area in the city, and go and catch Pokemon, go to gyms, do raid battles. Like they have raid battles where specific Pokemon spawn in a gym that you have to take down. You can team up with other players, up to I think it's up to 20 players, in the battle to take down, a boss Pokemon, right? Like it could be Mewtwo, it could be Gyarados, it could be whatever Pokemon's in the current event and in the current time, right? So I think like right now, there's been a lot of Groudon and Kyogre raids, or Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre as 5-star raids. And then a lot of the megas like Mega Charizard, Mega Rayquaza, they've been in 5-star raid battles. And then you have, 3-star raid battles, 1-star raid battles, which are easy. And like for me, when it comes to the raid battles, I love to try and solo a 5-star. I have yet to been able to solo raid a 5-star raid battle. So like you'll see guys, some people that I love to watch on YouTube, like Trainer Tip Nick, or Mystic 7, Reversal, Brandon Tan, the Pokemon Club Trainer. There's a lot of the Pokemon gamers on YouTube, and I love watching their vlogs and stuff like that. And I want to kind of bring something like that, which is why I have my own Pokemon Go channel, because I want to kind of do something like that, but not exactly the same as them. So I am going to do like live podcasts like this, talking about the game with upcoming events and stuff like that on that channel, as well as doing gameplay. But the gameplay is going to have to wait until like October, when things start to cool down. And as a matter of fact, I'm going on vacation to my dad's at the end of October into November. And so I'll probably start recording some vlogs out there, since I'm going to be catching Pokemon in those areas. There are region lock specific Pokemon. So there's Pokemon that's locked to certain regions. So like when we played GoFest 2023, and that's why it was, pretty cool that we played it and we wanted to play it, was because certain Pokemon like Heracross and Carvine are not, they don't spawn here in Arizona or, whatnot. They spawn, in the east, the southern East Coast area. So like, that's where my brother got his. He got his in Florida when he went there. So like Corsola, Carvine, Heracross, he got those over there. So in GoFest 2023, they make all the region lock Pokemons available to everybody. So like, even when the game first started, they already had region locks where, if you were like in Japan it was where you could only get, I think it was, what the heck was his name? Not Psyduck, Farfetch'd, right? Farfetch'd was like, in the Asia area. Kangaskhan was like in Australia. You had to be in that area to get that Pokemon. Mr. Mime was only in Europe. You had to be in Europe to get that one. And so what they were really pushing for was for people to kind of travel across the world to like catch these Pokemon. And then people did. There were people who literally bought plane tickets to go to like different countries to be able to catch these Pokemon that they wanted to complete their Pokédex. But later on, in Pokemon Go Fest came about, then they found out that these region lock Pokemons were going to be available throughout the event for people to find them and catch them. And so you don't really have to spend, like $2,000 to take a trip going through Europe and everything like that. You can just wait until GoFest to get those ones that you can't get in your local region. So there's a lot of aspects of the game that gets you moving, gets you wanting to get out there and play. And that's the reason why I say that, it's one of the things that I recommend to a lot of type 2 diabetics that love mobile gaming. That if you're not playing Pokemon Go, you haven't given it a try, even though it's been out since 2016, you may feel like you're behind everybody else because people that's been playing for years. And you know what? Like, I would say, don't be afraid to download the game and start playing it, if you want to play it. The Pokemon Go community is very open. I can go on community days and meet random strangers, and we both play Pokemon Go, so that's our common ground. So if they're walking by and I can see they're playing the game and everything, I'll kick off a conversation with, what's your best catch for today? And they'll come up and they'll show me what they caught. With this one's 100% IV. These are how many shinies I got in this event. This is other Pokemon that I have that are rares that I've caught over time, and they'll show their catch, and whatnot. You can share yours, and you can conversate with people. You can meet up with people. You can go raiding with people. The community is so open that it's an amazing thing. And so I have my Pokemon Go channel. Okay, it's The Ghost Shadow. I'll link it right now. Let me grab that channel real quick. I should have had a link prepared, but I'll throw it in the chat. The chat is going to be in replay, and then you guys can subscribe to it. Right now, currently, I have 83 subscribers, but it's been a repurposed channel So there was it was essentially going to be my channel where I talk about wrestling, but I decided not to. And technically, the channel itself is actually like the Go Shadow 300. So that's the most craziest thing. Wow, somebody else has the exact same channel name. Like, why? Anyways. Oh, wait, I had two channels. Duh. Oh, man, I totally forgot about that channel. I already have one made, but that's okay. Anyways, I'll get you the correct channel. And copy that link, and I'll put it in the chat. If you want to subscribe to that channel and watch the vlogs and the video and the gameplays, definitely subscribe to that channel. But that is the channel to my Pokemon Go channel, the Go Shadow 300, or just the Go Shadow. You'll see what I mean by the Go Shadow 300. There's actually, the hidden number in the name itself. But all right, let's kind of switch it up to Android 14. So I have to remember this 27 minutes into the podcast, we switch it up to Android 14. Android 14, there's not really a whole lot being talked about anymore, as we're coming close to its full launch. So let's get something popped up so we can just kind of go over it. All right, so let's look at the 12 top features that lots of tech publications are discussing, of it being the top features of Android 14. All right, let me just make sure that everything is... There we go. All right, and I am going to go ahead and full screen this. All right, so this is from Wired. The 12 top new Android 14 features. So let's just kind of go through it. I don't want to read the article. I just want to go to the features section, or does it have it listed as that? Let's see. So they're saying battery life, improved battery life. Yeah, obviously that makes a great standpoint. You do want your device to last a little bit longer, and so with improved software, battery life should be one of the things that is improved upon. Larger fonts and smarter scaling. So switching to larger fonts in Android 13 was limited to 130% of Google Pixel phones, but Android 14 allows you to scale up. Oh my God, these ads! I don't want to subscribe now. Allows you to scale fonts up to 200%, so that's cool. Notification flashes. Android 14 enables you to turn on camera flashes and screen flashes for incoming notifications. That's pretty dope. Better support for larger screens. So of course, better support larger screens with that Pixel Fold. That makes a lot of sense. Restricting photos and video access. I've already seen this in the Android 14 beta, and it's actually pretty cool. Certain apps, you can grant it permissions to access all your photos, but if there's a certain app that you don't want it accessing all your photos, you can select what photos it's able to access, like what files, like albums, what albums you will allow it to access, and it cannot access all your photos. So that's pretty nice. Enhanced security, since malware tends to target older versions of Android. To avoid security enhancements in newer versions, Android 14 won't let you install older apps. So apps from Android 5.1 and earlier. There are a few other behind the scenes tweaks to improve security, but yeah, because that's one of the other things that they mentioned the other day that I made a quick video about on the Pixel channel, was talking about the Pixel binary transparency, which is a layer of security on top of Android 14 that would protect your devices even more. So yeah. Then we got regional preferences, whether you prefer the temperature in Celsius or Fahrenheit, Monday or Sunday as the start of the week, or specific calendars or numerals. You can see these system-wide in Android 14. So very global compatible phone. Satellite connectivity. There has been some buzz about satellite connectivity for phones for a while now, especially since Apple debuted emergency SOS via satellite with the Android 14 last year. Support for such connectivity in Android 14 was confirmed by this tweet from Google Senior Vice President for Android, Hiroshi Lockheimer. Precisely what this is, or what this will mean, is still unclear, but it could bring better connectivity to remote areas that currently lack cellular service. Predictive back gestures, so it'll predict when you want to go back from something. App cloning, so folks with 2 accounts in the same app will appreciate this. Oh, sorry that my dogs are barking. 5-star security alarm dogs. But anyways, just literally what this means is, so like, if I have 2 different accounts on Facebook, I can clone an app logo on my home screen of Facebook. One of it will be going to one of my accounts, one will be going to my other account, and it'll have like some sort of indicator to let you know which one you're tapping to open, so you don't just open the wrong one. But I think it's pretty cool, right? Health Connect, which I've been using lately, it's actually been paired up with my Pixel Watch app and my Google Fit app. Health Connect has been connected with those, so a lot of my info that I'm getting on my Fitbit app as well also generates on Google Health. Let's see, improved share options. The share menu in Android has long been inconsistent across Android devices. So Google is now allowing apps to add custom actions to system share sheets and more app data. So that's cool. The Android 14 timeline. So Android 14 is currently in beta. We'll likely hear a great deal more. Yeah. So these are just some of the stuff that they talked about. I guess like the most talked about top features in Android 12. So it's pretty interesting and pretty cool, I must say. Anyhow, so with a lot of those features, I think, just the fact that, improved stability with Android, of course, system optimization, those things matter to me. Of course, battery life, battery improvement, not just, the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro, but on the 7A, the 7 Pro, 6A, 6 Pro, 6 previous, all the devices previous up, to the Pixel 4a and 4a 5G, which is going to get Android 14. From those devices up to the most current Pixel 8 and 8 Pro, moment of the battery life is amazing on all these devices. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And then we have the coming of the Pixel 8, the excitement of that device. I talked about, the fact that it's going to get support for 5 years. I think it's amazing, and shout out to Google for doing that. I think that's a very big step, in the evolution of the Google Pixel timeline. We are looking at an October 4th launch event. So I know Apple's already started sharing their posters of their Apple event coming. I think it's like mid-September this year. I think it's September 12th. I could be wrong, but I think it said September 12th. And then of course October 4th we get the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro event. And you know what? Like, it'd be cool if I got my hands on a Pixel 8 here soon to be able to play around with it and to make some review videos. I would love to do that, but I'm not counting on it. But hey, if Google Pixel decides to say, hey, we'll send this guy a phone, send me a phone. If not, I'm going to buy it anyways. But I am very looking forward into testing out the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. Well, not the 8 Pro, but it's the Pixel 8. Whichever Pixel I get, the 8 Pro or the 8, doesn't matter to me. Whichever one I get, I just want to be able to test it out and just kind of report to you guys on how, the Tensor G3 is. Of course, how well the modems perform with different carrier connectivity, to show you guys how well it connects with AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and Boost Infinite. Those are the types of things I'm looking at. Also, camera photography and things like that. I want to be able to. And then, of course, like my biggest test ultimately with these Pixel devices is me making tech vlog videos for YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, because that's what I use. Like, I use my Pixel devices to make those videos. So if you guys want to know where the video quality comes from, it comes from the Pixel devices that I currently own. So it's a lot to be pretty much saying on that. What am I least, what am I worried about with the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro? That's a pretty good question. Anyone that watches the replay, you guys tell me what are you guys more worried about when it comes to the 8 and 8 Pro? Don't mind me while I take a drink real quick. But yeah, for me, my number one worry of the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro is that they returned the pricing back to what it was with the Pixel 4, Pixel 3, Pixel 2 pricing, right? So I'm worried that they're going to release the Pixel 8 at a $699 to $749 price tag, and I'm afraid that they're going to release the Pixel 8 Pro at a $999 base amount, $1,099 512 gigabyte storage capacity variant. A lot of those things is what I'm most worried about, is that the pricing. Okay, if Google gives us the same price tag they gave us with the Pixel 7s and 7 Pro and the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro, then we're good. We're golden there. I see no problem of this taking off. It's because Google tends to have this thing where it's like they take 2 steps forward, then they get knocked back 3 steps, but they're not knocked back by anybody else. Samsung didn't knock them back. Apple didn't knock them back. Google's biggest enemy is Google. Google's biggest enemy is Google. They tend, like the Pixel 4 and 4 XL, slamming device, almost knocked it out of the park as a grand slam. Then they released the pricing on the 4 and the 4 XL, and everybody was turned off by the pricing for what you were getting with the 4 and 4 XL. And I'm hoping they don't do the same thing again, what they did with the 4. You know what I mean? 4 generations later, the 8 repeats the same mistakes as the 4, and then I'll just be mind fucked if that happens. I'll be mind blown away. Just keep it at $599 base price for the Pixel 8, $899 base price for the 8 Pro, and configure it from there. That's my worries of the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. My number one worry is the pricing, what they're going to price this thing at. I'm not too worried about the Tensor G3 chip. I'm seeing, great evolution in the Tensor lineup. From the G1 to the G2, we saw massive improvements between those two chipsets as far as battery health, as far as processing power with AI, and processing power standalone on the operating system itself. And of course, software optimization was really good. The only problem that I really have with the Pixel 6 and still face till today, and it's a hardware problem, happens to be the Exynos 5123 modem. If you guys saw the video that I did where I compared the modem, the Exynos 5123 modem, to the Exynos 5300 that's in the Pixel 7 and 7a series, you see a difference. Both of them were on Visible on the exact same plan. They were both on a $25 plan, and they were both on Verizon's network. And you saw the differences between them. I ran one test and then ran the other device's test, and then ran them both side by side. And then whichever one had the advantage, was ran later. So I would run the weaker one for like the first 15 seconds. Then I would start the more stronger one 15 seconds later, and see the differences in not only just the data speeds, but the latency and all that. And you guys can check out that video to see the results. But yeah, we're already told that this generation, the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro, will be the last generation that has any connection to Samsung as far as its chipset, and that they're going with a different chip manufacturer in the future. So we'll see how that works out. To be quite honest, I really would just love Google to make this in-house and not rely on other companies to make their chips for them. But I mean, that's wishful thinking. And, Google's all about software anyways. Their primal focus has always been software. That's what they've always, focused on. So, it's kind of reaching for me to say, hey, build this thing in-house. You know what I mean? But, at the end of the day, I can say, using the Pixel 7a, I've been content. So the Pixel 8 wouldn't be like a necessary buy that I would need to buy the phone to have an upgraded experience. It would just be me being spoiled, to be quite honest. And then also too, we have the Pixel 8a. They're already talking about it. They're already starting to drop some subtle hints and things like that. And but of course, for that, we all expect that to be slated for a between April and June release in 2024. Usually releases around Google I/O, kind of creates that buzz and setup for the next Pixel device, right? So the A series has always been that. That's the reason why the 7 and 7 came out in October of 2022, and then the 7A came out in May of 2023. The 7A was the setup to hype up the beginnings for the main event coming on October 4th. So mark that on your calendars. Google is having that event on October 4th. The unveiling of the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. I always look forward to these lives. I always look forward to seeing what they come up with. So I'm very excited for that. So we'll be seeing that. And then, of course, if they decide to, because this year a lot of people were kind of worried about the Team Pixel partnership program. I got the watch band because, the X account, Google Pixel _ US, sent me and several other people on Twitter the watch band. I don't think that they invited me into the Team Pixel partnership program like they've done with B-Tech Reviews, Lady Red's Tech Review, and various other Team Pixel guys like Ascend Tech and all them. I don't think I've been invited into that program. I think because I posted some stuff on X.com. And photos and things like that they liked. Of course, also took pictures of my Pixel Watch, and they sent me the watch band, which will be coming out and available for consumers to buy at the Google store later on this year. We got them ahead of time as a gift, and again, gift from Google, #gift from Google. I appreciate them for sending it out. I don't know, like some people have said congratulations to me, and I appreciate you guys for that. But I don't know if I'm really part of the Team Pixel partnership program where I would get a Pixel 8. I'm not campaigning it. I'm not pushing it. I'm not trying to bother them about it. If they invite me this year, if I make it in this year as class of 2023, then that's great. Awesome. I really appreciate that. If I don't make it this year, it's okay. I'm not going to be mad about it or upset or anything like that. It's their choice who they choose to bring in. And I respect that. I just, of course, I will celebrate with all of you guys if I actually get official word that I am brought into the Team Pixel partnership program, and they are sending me out a review unit. You guys damn well know that we're gonna have a big ass bash on this live stream and just celebrate. I know there's a lot of people that champion for it, and I appreciate the years of support. Technoid, years of support of wanting Google to bring me in on the Team Pixel partnership program. Same with all my viewers, B-Tech Reviews, Lady Red's Tech Review, my fellow YouTuber friends, Sneed Mobile Tech, Carlos S Tech. Like a lot of you guys have always supported this for years, and I really, really appreciate you guys for it. We'll see what happens. I've been checking my emails starting lately now that we have a date of when the event is going to happen. So I've been checking my emails to see if I got any emails from Google Pixel US to see if they want my address or whatever and information about me in order to send me a review unit. I'm not going to tell you guys if I got that email. I'll just tell you guys if I got in, if they're doing it this year. But this year, they really didn't do all that much. Some people in the Team Pixel partnership program were kind of worried. Like they didn't send out Pixel 7As to every Team Pixel member. The bigger guys, like iJustine and them, they ended up getting some devices, I heard. The Pixel Fold wasn't sent out to Team Pixel guys. So, Sneed didn't get a Pixel Fold, and he didn't get the Pixel 7A or the Pixel tablet. So this year we had a lot of releases on the Google Pixel devices, right? We had the 7A to start off, kickstart the entire Pixel festivities. Then we got the Pixel tablet released, then the Pixel Fold. Now we're getting the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro and the Pixel Watch 2. So this is the road to the Pixel 8, 8 Pro and Pixel Watch 2 launch. I'm going to be talking a little bit more. When I hear more stuff, I'll come on the live or I'll come on a video and tell you guys what's up and get you guys up to date on that. Before I go, if you're watching the replay, Hashtag replay crew. Thank you guys for watching this podcast, and leave a comment on which Pixel device you absolutely love. Like, it could be anyone. It could be the OG Pixel, the very first one. It could be the Pixel 2, Pixel 2 XL, any one. It could be the flagship versions or the budget versions. Whichever Pixel device, watch, tablet, doesn't matter. Tell me in the comments what is your favorite Google Pixel product. Okay, you guys do that in the comment section of the video. And for me, it still goes to the Pixel 4 XL. That is such a quirky phone, and I really enjoy that phone so much. I just love using it. Even though it is outdated, still love using it. That's my pick. What is yours? Do that in the comments. If you made it all the way through this video, hashtag healthy tech, hashtag Pixel 8 let's go, hashtag Pixel for the win, hashtag Team Pixel, or hashtag Tito for Team Pixel. I really appreciate that. Thanks for watching this podcast, and I will see you guys in a couple of days. Be on the lookout for some videos, both on here and on the Dedicated Pixel channel. I'll pop the link right now. Let me do that for you guys really quickly. So you guys have a link to that channel, and then I'll also throw them in the description too right after this live stream is over. Let's see. Okay. And so here is the Dedicated Pixel channel, also called, Mr. Pixel. That link in for you guys, and there you have it. Link is there for you guys. Definitely check it out. So either subscribe to the Pixel channel. You guys see that in the chat. This link is to my Pokemon Go channel, so you guys can follow that one for Pokemon Go gameplay, news, podcasts, and live streams during Pokemon Go events. Definitely check out that channel. And then also for everything Pixel related, check out the Mr. Pixel Dedicated Pixel channel at YouTube. That is the link right there. You'll find them in the description if you're watching the replay or in the live chat. Again, if you guys want to support the channel, you guys definitely do so. If you don't want YouTube to take any of that support that you want to give, then do it this way. QR code is right there for you guys to scan that, or you can scan it up there. It's PayPal. Any dono sent is appreciated, but is not expected. So you can do that at your own discretion. Thanks for checking out this live. I really appreciate you guys for being here. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Thanks.